Good morning, millennials.
Welcome back to The Toast and happy Tuesday.
It is what it is.
Oh my God, that's like such a good life motto. Like, bitch, it is what it is. Stop complaining.
It is what it is. Could be better, of course. Could be Friday. Could be a holiday
Saturday.
weekend. But it also could be worse. We made it through Monday on what is a very meaty week. I feel like we've just been having we've been raw dogging 5-day work weeks.
Chunky, yeah.
And that's what's going to get us to earn Thanksgiving and Christmas. But we also need to give ourselves a pat on the back.
Oh, what did we do today?
Because yesterday was a bank holiday and we didn't take off. I don't know. We're not those girls anymore.
Speak for yourself. We are certainly those girls. And I actually just was making the 2025 calendar and I took off every single. And
you took off Veterans Day? I
didn't take off Veterans Day for next year. And I didn't realize that we also didn't take it off this year. And it's actually disgusting. Veterans Day doesn't get the hype. No banks are closed. It's kind of a fraudulent bank holiday. I wouldn't say it's equal to a Memorial Day or Columbus Day. It kind of gets shafted. And I think that's maybe a stunning indictment of the culture and how we perceive our veterans. Because even us, we're such patriotic swirlies. We didn't take it off. Nobody did. Yesterday was not, I didn't even see graphics going around on Instagram.
I know. I didn't see the usual amount. And we didn't even... Not did we not take off? We didn't even mention it on the show yesterday. And then after the show, I was usually like to give a shout out to our veterans. Hey, thanks for the freedom. We love it.
Thanks for the freedom. We have so many swirlies, active military swirlies, veteran swirlies. It was disgusting of us. And to be honest, I actually don't even blame us. I blame the fact, when you're walking around on a regular bank holiday, it's unavoidable. The graphics are everywhere on social media. The way I found out it was Veterans Day at 5 p.m. yesterday, I just think that really speaks to the lack of respect our culture has for veterans.
I think also you and I were just really disoriented from the time and place yesterday because we also didn't mention that it was 11/11, which is a big day if you're into that sort of thing.
I mean, if you're into that sort of thing, also if you're a pop culture fiend, that's also Kim Bierman and Croy Bierman's wedding anniversary. And she literally got engaged and planned a wedding in 3 weeks just so she could get married on 11/11. I think it was in 2011 too.
That's really beautiful. We didn't know any of this. I don't think we were up to date on the date and we just want to apologize. And now if you knew that yesterday was Veterans Day, would we have taken off?
No, because we have a commitment to our sponsors and they bought ads on Veterans Day.
Did you take off Veterans Day for next year?
I didn't. It just, you want to know why? We have to be careful with the bank holidays, We...
I feel it depends on the month. We do get Thanksgiving in this month, so we don't
Columbus Day.
Need the Veterans Day. I think the veterans should get off for Veterans Day. But the hardworking swirlies should still be singing and dancing for the veterans. They need to be entertained on their big day.
Yeah, it's definitely, you agree that it falls into a strange category of federal holiday. It's not really celebrated.
Yes.
But I think different tier.
I think it should be honored.
Of course, I agree.
And we didn't even honor it.
No, and we have to lead by example.
It's true. And for that, we apologize. And you guys in the comments being so shocked that we did an episode yesterday, I was seriously cracking up.
I was cracking up too, and nice to give everyone a nice little surprise. But I don't know.
Have we ever taken off Veterans Day?
No, I'm telling you guys, Veterans Day is a different tier. It doesn't get the respect that it deserves.
That starts at the top.
Us.
That starts at the top. And we're just bottom feeders. So don't look at us. We don't know a thing.
Ain't that the truth? Except today we're not bottom feeders. We're glamorous models wearing the latest trends.
And we're twins. We're glamorous model twins.
Merchandise.
So those girls from the Astigmatism commercial.
Yes. When it comes to all things fashion and haute couture, Jackie and I are kind of taking exactly what they're doing on the Paris runway and bringing it to the streets. And that's the Toast Merch Pargy Fall 2024 collection, which drops tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. We, for the first time ever, are dropping cardigans. Jackie and I are both wearing our new Toast cardigan, kind of a very pargy collegiate look. It's got, Jackie, yes, please model for us. It's got the Toast logo
on the left breast.
On the left breast. It's outfitted with black buttons from top to bottom. And Jackie and I are both pairing it with a new piece we are dropping tomorrow as well, the girly tee. This is a cute little snug little shirt. Jackie and I are both wearing size mediums. If I had to do it all over again, I might get a large. It runs true to size, but it's a fitted shirt, which is really not
to be snug. We don't really do fitted, but with a cardigan, it pairs really nicely. And I do fear that our microphones are blocking the beautiful detail on the shirt. So we're just gonna scoot to the left and show you the little girly. It's almost like a little necklace on the chest.
This is probably the pieces we're most excited about this new merch drop, which again, can't stress enough.
Because it's so
10 a.m.
fashion.
Eastern time at shoptoastmerch.com. It's also something new. We've never done cardigans. We love cardigans as a SKU, you know, as girlies ourselves. So we're excited to see.
Like, why not make the cardigan that you wish to see in the world?
Correct. The cardigan. And we have even more pieces that we have yet to tease. So make sure you're following us on social media. There's another set dropping. There's a t-shirt. There's hats. There's totes. It's a very collegiate fall, autumnal,
vibey.
Leaves changing sort of vibe. And you're not going to want to miss it.
Yeah, we'll show you everything today that's launching. Because the next time we see you guys, it'll all be live. And as always, we've ordered as much as humanly possible. Everything under the sun that they make of these SKUs. But it could still sell out. So you do want to make haste with these things.
It's 10 a.m. Eastern time.
You might want to set that alarm, West Coast.
You just might.
So that's very exciting. Now that we've shown off the merch, I'm going to put a blanket on because it is freezing in my studio.
You're wearing a little skirt on the show. It's a little sexy
skirt.
show.
Little
sexy show. Well, thank you for showing us your legs until
I'm putting them away now. I'm putting them away now. Even though I'm only the top half of my outfit is only merch, so you're not really missing anything. But I don't know. I just felt like I couldn't show up with a blanket, but it is frosty in here.
Well, it's officially, you know, it's been kind of unique weather in New York. It's been like Halloween, Election Day. We're making chilies, and it's actually 70 degrees outside. Today, they decided we'll make it cold. It's really November.
Well, cloud seed.
Very literally, very chilly. And I actually forgot to update everyone. So what was it, like a week or two ago, we were talking about the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade?
Last week, yeah.
Last week, the lineup, and we were talking about how it's such an important, special event in our family history, and I think of it so fondly. Well, Macy's reached out, and they not only invited me and Ben to the parade, but like VIP. Like all the way, you get to put, like, they close every street. Good luck getting around the morning of Thanksgiving Day Parade. No, they have a special card they're sending me, like, to the, you know, VIP entrance. Right,
not the car.
Jackie, I get a seat, and
it's enough to get a seat. I did not expect a car.
My seat is on camera, like, the whole time. I need to wear Toast merch. Of course.
Oh, wow. You need to wear Toast merch. I'll get those Toast earmuffs from a few collections ago.
And make sure just to record it, so in case, like, I'm on television.
I'll be watching it. I'll be recording it. That is so exciting. And honestly, like, one step closer to our dreams, because I feel like on our list of, like, dream opportunities, at least for me, like, that was up there.
emceeing the parade.
No, like, VIP access to the parade, and, like, you're there. And if I wanted to go, like, I could have kicked Ben out and gone with you, and there, my dreams were accomplished.
By the way, if you want to come, you can. They did offer me 3 seats.
I have big Thanksgiving plans already, so I can't, but... Okay. Like, dreams equals reached.
And they also, like, said there's, like, a little hospitality room, I think, for, like, some of the fellow celebrities that, like, you know, if you're in between, there's, like, a commercial break, you need a snack, there's, like, a little lounge.
Wow. They think of everything.
I'll be sharing all the behind the scenes on my Instagram, but that's, like, something really exciting. Like, my Thanksgiving just, like, leveled up.
Wow, that is really exciting. I also saw that Shabuzi is playing the halftime show at one of the Thanksgiving football games, Lions versus Tigers versus Bears, I think.
By the way, isn't it the Cowboys? They always have the big halftime show.
They have a big halftime show always. Do you know who's doing it? Like, this would only happen to me. Because I am going to be in Dallas for Thanksgiving.
Oh, right. Okay. Luke Combs?
Lainey Wilson.
Oh. Are you going to the game?
No. Oh, if it was Shabuzi, I'd be there.
That's really funny.
How fucking funny
Jackie,
is that?
You're missing out, though. Like, that's the thing. You
I
still
know.
have enough time to get into Lainey.
Okay, I need to start keeping a pen and paper next to me here of things that I mean to do, because sometimes I'm like sitting in my car, I'm like, what do I want to listen to? And then I just hit Sabrina again. But like, I've got research to do. Lainey.
Yeah, you need to really, like, I'm all in for the jokes and stuff, and like, she totally is an industry plant, but at the end of the day, like, she's supremely talented, and it's swirly music.
No, my beef with her isn't even that she's an industry plant. It's not even beef. It's just like, I happen to have missed Lainey. I could even say the same thing about Chris Stapleton. Like, he's everywhere, he's for everyone, but like, weirdly just didn't capture me yet. And like, the fact that I could go to a football game and there's a big halftime show. It was Luke Combs, it was Jonas Brothers, it was somewhat Dolly, even though I wouldn't have been like as excited about Dolly either.
Well, you could also go to and just see the DCC Swirlies. You hear DCC got picked up for season 2.
I didn't. I'm so glad, because that was seriously a bright spot in my year, was that show.
I agree. It was so great. And the girlies have really been popping up on my algorithm for TikTok, like Reese, Charlie, all the girls, Kelly. And they seem to be doing so well. And I think that they make a lot of money now. as content creators, I don't think that they still have second jobs. Like Reese was working in a flower shop because they make like $10,000 a year being the dancers. And that makes me really happy too, because that's how it should have been. So if they're not going to pay them more, they have to keep the show alive. So the girlies, some of them have like 1 million followers on TikTok. Like that is a sustainable second stream of income.
It's a first stream of income. Now the other thing is your hobby.
So, exactly. So I like every time they pop up on my algorithm, I'm always engaging. Like I want financial success for them.
I love that. So it's going to be a big Thanksgiving, even though it feels like next week should be Thanksgiving. And it's not.
1,000%. Although next week we are dropping an episode with a guest whom we filmed a little while ago and we haven't been able to release it. And we're releasing it the first chance we get.
It'll all make sense.
It'll all make sense. And it's a dream guest of ours. Mm-hmm. It turned out to be even better than I anticipated. And I was actually just watching. I had to like approve some clips. They were, I forgot because it was like a couple of weeks ago. You guys are going to love it.
We've realized so many dreams this month, and I feel like we need to acknowledge the space that we're in.
Should we start a list of dreams realized?
Yeah, we should.
Yeah. Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, blank on the toast.
Yeah.
Making cardigans for sale.
Yeah.
What else?
It's just, that's it. It doesn't have to be, like, one dream is enough, Diane.
I mean, it's so true. 3 in a month?
Yeah.
It's November, our month.
It's certainly my month.
Yeah, it is. It is.
As it is my birth month.
Yes, that's
but
true.
I feel like it's everybody's month. It's really a great month.
What is your birthstone?
Yellow topaz.
You feel connected to your birthstone at all?
Not at all.
Yeah, mine is a ruby, which
Pargy.
Is Pargy. I don't own any jewelry with a ruby. I actually don't know what a ruby looks like. Is it red?
Red, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't feel cute. Like Margot Oshry feels very connected to her birthstone, which is an emerald. I guess like when you have one of the good ones, it's easy to be connected to it. But yellow topaz,
one of the good ones. Do you know there's a month that has diamond?
Oh, well, that just seems unfair. What month is that?
I don't know. Probably June. They get everything. Another month has pearl.
Let me ask you another question. Do birthstones align with astrology? Like if you're born after the 22nd?
No. It's month.
Okay.
It's month to month.
Got it.
I actually I got targeted for some Instagram ad, like these like fake rings that it's like 2 birthstones next to each other. I'm sure there's a jeweler that makes the real authentic ones, but these were like fake cheap rings. So like I got mine and Zach's birthstones next to each other, and we're like
cute. Why didn't you get Harry and Charlie's?
So at first it's like a romantic thing. So I got yellow and green and I ordered it and I got the wrong size and it's like too cheap to actually get size. So I ordered another one with Harry and Charlie's. I think it should be here any day now. I just got a shipping notification. So I'll keep you posted on that. If you see me wearing new jewelry, you'll know where it came from.
It's not real. Birthstones are just
like, I can't even like, I could have said it was real, you know?
I know, I kind of want to talk to you about that. Counterfeit things like diamonds or bags, or what is your philosophy on retaining them? And then also like the truth level.
It's so hard. It just depends what your goals are, you know? Like, yeah. And I do feel like if you wear something fake, it kind of like delegitimizes the rest of your collection.
Okay, so that just happened to me because I have a friend who loves to indulge in,
designer goods.
No, in
jewelry,
fraudulent goods.
Oh, okay.
But she also has like nice things too. And so I was with her and she was wearing a purse. I'm like, I love your bag. And I realized it sounded really rude when I said it, but I'm like, fake? Because this person is always like, and they don't hide the fakeness. They're like, it's fake, it's fake. And she was like, no, it's actually real. And I felt like so rude saying that, but because you assume.
Yeah, it kind of like spoils the whole bunch. However, on the flip side, if you have a lot of real, like you can get away with some fake here and there and people will just assume that it's real.
But you can't be honest about it.
No, you can't. And that's what gets me because like I am an honest person. And if I did get something fake, like even this ring, I just told everyone.
Yeah, I think you either have to like kind of be all or nothing. Like if you have a collection of things and a couple of them are fake, like it does sort of, and you're telling people, it does cast doubt within the minds of your fellow peers about your collection in general.
Right, but then I also think it's like, what is the goal of the fakeness? Like, is it to look like it's designer, it's probably made out of crap? Well, then you just have a crappy bag. But like to have like a nice leather bag that's not trying to be something else. And there are a lot of brands that do this that are just like nice leather goods. And I feel like that is a better use of your money and time than like something that's trying to be something and it's actually made of garbage.
Yeah, but nobody cares that it's made of garbage. Like the whole point really in this day and age of designer bags is like for the clout and for the status. And like, so literally if you're looking at me from afar, you're not going to know that it's fake. And then I successfully received that clout from you.
Yes. However, in the off chance that somebody notices the seam is out of place or realizes that it's fake, your clout is worse than if you just got a nice leather piece of goods.
Okay, but then you're like hanging out with crazy people. Most people, and even I feel like I have like a pretty good eye. I would never know if someone's bag is fake or real.
No, I never even think about it.
Yeah. I happen to not, actually, I do have a lot of like, I would say fake jewelry. It's like costume jewelry, right? But in terms of like designer duds, I almost bought those Prada beach bags that like everybody's obsessed with. They're so pricey, and I was going on vacation. I wanted one so bad. I'm like, this is so dumb. Like, I just can't. Like, I can't do it. And somebody I know who's like a fancy person, they were like, well, actually a lot of people have fake of this particular bag because it's like a beach bag. What is everyone spending $2,000 on? And we have a guy like who can make you really high quality. So it's still like a $400 fake. And I almost did it.
It's really tempting.
But they didn't have the one that I wanted.
It's really, really tempting. And if I was like in a room, and I know certain countries have like amazing fakes to the point that they look real.
That's also something that goes down on the Upper East Side. A lot of people don't know is the Cartier love bracelets. There are a couple of jewelers who make real Cartier, like it's
made of gold, but it's not
plated.
Cartier brand.
It's cheaper because it doesn't have like that Cartier price tag on it, but it's still like $1,000 as opposed to like $5,000.
But that's still like a real gold bracelet. You're not wearing something and passing off as Cartier, but it's turning your wrist green. But I just want to say, I've never really like been posed with like a bag that looks, smells, tastes real. It just isn't, because when you see a lot of bags like on the street, like there's no ambiguity. Mm-hmm. So if I was really in a room with a bunch of Birkins that looked like Birkins and no one would ever know except for me,
I would get one.
Why would I not get one? Honestly, why would I not get one? Because then it's just me like paying just to pay. And I'm a fool.
Just for yourself. Like, okay, good luck with that.
Yeah, I think it depends on the quality.
Yeah. Well, it's a whole underbelly of the internet as well, like DHgate. Mm-hmm. People have become like DHgate experts, and they're really churning them out in China. So check it out.
And also, I feel like more so for clothes. Like some of those designer clothes are all of them are so expensive. Like I remember there was a picture, like Kylie and Stas were wearing like these Chanel sets golfing that were so cute. And it's like thousands of dollars. I would never spend that in one outfit. And if you could get that like fake, you wear it one time, that's different to me than a bag. Like do it.
Especially like when your weight fluctuates as much as mine does, and like you're a disgusting slob who like can't eat anything without getting stained. Like designer clothing is really, it's moronic.
Yeah, it depends on the item. Like if it's an amazing coat that's going to keep you warm and you could pass it down to your children, but just like a little set that's like trendy and you can wear it really once and take a picture. DHgate.
That's why we prefer shoptoastmerch.com.
You get quality goods with the designer label. It's not seen anywhere else.
It's a win-win. You're not finding anything like it anywhere on the market.
It's true. I'm really excited about the merch launch tomorrow. Also, we have one other set that we haven't worn yet that we'll both probably wear tomorrow on the show. And I'm so excited. It's the classic logo set in this pargy fall color. I'm like excited to wear it tomorrow.
And we have the t-shirt. Maybe I'll wear that tomorrow.
Oh,
so
yeah.
You
should wear this hat to the party tonight.
I actually am planning on wearing this hat to the party tonight.
I just want you to know it. When we're watching Wicked and that line comes on.
Well, I meant to say because it's an adaptation, they could have removed it.
It's in the song Dancing Through Life.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to when you hear that line in Dancing Through Life. And
who delivers it? Jonathan Bailey?
I think Fierro, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No. I think it's Glinda trying to get Alphaba and her sister excited for the party. You should wear this hat to the party tonight.
Got it, okay.
It's like classic Linda.
Yeah. Cynthia and Ariana, do we have a story about them?
No, that was meant to be the fifth story yesterday, which was Wicked premiere in LA, and like the Wicked premiered in LA. Oh, and that Idina Menzel was there. Yeah,
so it's like rumors being squashed. But I need to, like, that's not even my concern. I'm like starting to get a little fatigue with Ariana and Cynthia, just like the crying. I've seen like 45 clips of them being asked different questions, and they cry about everything. And like some of the questions are deep, like about their friendship, but like these bitches are always crying, and it's like literally a musical. Like,
yeah, but that's
it's just theater. A lot.
That's theater kids.
I know.
Those are the people who shut you out of the musical.
I know. It's literally the people who shut me out of 13 the musical.
And if they were in the biggest movie musical of the year, they'd be crying for everything too.
It's just like a lot, because when you whittle it down, it's like a movie like about witches, and like it's not like, I don't know what movie like would require this much crying, but like it's certainly not
maybe
Wicked.
Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, okay, like Schindler's List.
Yeah.
But it's just a lot. Like and I don't know. It's like when you cry over everything, it kind of like diminishes the meaning of your cries.
I know. That's why.
It's just a lot. And there's been like a lot of like funny memes, and I know that like Ariana sees them and laughs, and she wants to send them to Cynthia, but she can't.
Yeah, that's definitely like a generational gap in their relationship.
No, it's an obstacle in their friendship. Like Cynthia's inability to like swirl with the girls.
Yeah, to understand the internet and the way it works.
Yeah. But yeah, the LA premiere like was poppin'. Everybody looked great. I'm just like ready for this movie to come out.
Me too. I can't believe it's still in 2 weeks. Like even, that's what I mean about next week is kind of just like a random week.
It's gonna be a dead week. Should we take the week off? I feel like we should.
I know, but then we get the following week, we have 3 days off, which is really nice.
Yeah, Thanksgiving is such a great holiday. Like, and I know we have this conversation at this time of year every year, but it really, we
you know what we are? We're thankful.
I am thankful. It's like the fact that it's always, most holidays don't fall on the same day of the week every year. Thanksgiving is like special in the fact that it's always on a Thursday. And so it just makes for such a great long weekend. It's always minimum 4 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You know, when you're your own boss, like we are, we also add Wednesday in there. But it's so underrated, and it's so great, and it's such a great vibe. You know, you don't have to go to like church or shul. Like you just literally just like lay around with your family, eat and watch TV. Like it's just I'm thankful. It's a great holiday.
I'm thankful. Toda rabah.
Umetuka.
To the planners.
How are the stories today? Should we dive in?
Those are two separate questions that like one, the stories are okay. Should we dive in? I guess so, because you seem intent on it.
Intent. Oh my God. Like I just asked a question.
You picked up your iPad.
Well, yeah, I've got business to attend to.
So I guess without further ado, here are the Fast 5 stories that you need to know.
And the Fast 5 stories that you need to know are brought to you by Etsy. Toast listeners, Etsy knows what kind of holiday gifting reactions you're looking for this year. You're looking for squeals of delight, happy tears, spontaneously written songs of joy, right? Well, to get reactions like those, you need to make sure everyone on your list feels heard and seen with handmade, handpicked, and designed gifts from small shops on Etsy. Etsy makes it so simple to find original items that will make whoever you're shopping for feel extra special. So shop Etsy this holiday season for personalized jewelry, custom artwork, cozy style items, vintage pieces, home decor, to celebrate all your favorite people and their specific kind of special. Nothing makes you feel more seen than like a really custom gift. And I think Etsy's the perfect place to be getting holiday gifts for the people that you love. I saw you just got this custom, what is it, like a cutting board?
It's a cutting board. It's a bread board. It's circular. My friend Erica got it for me for my birthday. It says Jackie's Gargy Sourdough, and she got it for me on Etsy, and it is the perfect gift.
It's seriously like so sweet, so thoughtful. And I feel like if there's someone in your life who has like a real hobby or an interest, like obviously you with sourdough, some people are really into stationery. You can get like custom embossed
That's
stationery.
where I got you your Secret Santa gift last year.
From the desk of Turdy Lou.
I got her stationery that said from the desk of Turdy Lou.
It's so thoughtful. It really goes above and beyond like regular gift giving. And I can't recommend shopping on Etsy enough. Like if you're placing an order, and it's also great to like, you know, shop local stores, different artists, like you're really supporting independent artists. And if you're just looking for something original that says, I get you, Etsy has it. So have the best time shopping on Etsy. It's really so much fun. Today's episode is also brought to you by Honeylove. So this year, we are thankful for Honeylove because there's nothing worse than suffering from an uncomfortable bra or shapewear, and Honeylove has revolutionized the bra and shapewear game. So say goodbye to uncomfortable underwire and bulky fabrics that trap heat. Honeylove's bras feature supportive bonding that eliminates the need for underwire without sacrificing the lift. Plus, they're made with fabric that's so soft you will not want to take it off. Their shapewear uses targeted compression technology, so you no longer have to feel like you're suffocating while wearing effective shapewear. You'll immediately feel and see the difference. I love Honeylove. They've become like a go-to for me now for like all things undergarments, not just bras or undies or shapewear, like really all of it. I've been shopping there for many years. I got like a targeted Facebook ad so long ago, and now like I would say not a quarter goes by where I don't do like a restock on Honeylove. And I love that we introduced it to so many people, and now you guys think of it as like a staple for all things undergarments. And I think with the holiday season, we have like a lot of holiday events coming up, holiday parties, trips to the Cape, clam bakes, etc. You're going to need the proper undergarments for all of these things. So I highly recommend doing a Honeylove haul. And if also you're just like in the market for new bras, I really recommend the Honey Love ones. They have this amazing ability to have like no underwire while also still being support. I think sometimes when you give up underwire, you're giving up support, and for some of us that's not an option, and Honey Love has really mastered walked the line of both. So get yourself the gift of comfort. Plus, for November only, Honey Love is giving up to 50% off site-wide. Visit honeylove.com/toast to shop their sale and let them know that we sent you when the survey asks. So it's honeylove.com/toast. Today's episode is also brought to you by KiwiCo, and KiwiCo is launching KiwiCo Clubs to engage kids on a journey of seriously fun learning. So it's a comprehensive learning journey. With KiwiCo Clubs, kids will learn the fundamentals through hands-on projects and progressively build their skills with each new project that they work on. Watch your kids go from learning to build on bows and arrows to engineering their own robot. KiwiCo has 5 clubs to choose from. They cover science, technology, engineering, art, and math, and they're really covering unique topics. It's more than just a crate. So if you're a KiwiCo Club member, you're getting amazing perks like 10% off your orders, free shipping on the US, early access to the new crates. So if you're like a mom, a caregiver, an auntie, and you're just like looking for like a toy, but something that's beyond a toy. I hate to even call it a toy. Something that really stimulates, that educates, that will last a long time. If you've bought a kid a toy, you literally give it to them and 5 minutes later, they're over it. KiwiCo is like really sustainable. You're keeping your kids off screens. They're engaged, they're learning, they're enjoying, and they're spending a lot of time on one project, which is such a good thing, like to feel accomplished, like to have like a finished product at the end of the day. As a parent, of course, it can be hard to find creative ways to keep your children engaged, challenged, and off their screens. And KiwiCo is doing the legwork for you so you can spend quality time tackling projects together. So tinker, create, and innovate with KiwiCo. Get up to 50% off your first crate at kiwico.com, promo code TOAST. That's 50% off your first crate at kiwico.com, promo code TOAST. Also, for a kid in your life, if you're not a parent who you just like love, it's a great holiday gift. So head over to kiwico.com. Our promo code is TOAST.
Thank you, TURT.
What can I say except you're welcome?
I think Moana 2 is coming out next weekend also.
A big weekend for the theaters.
Big weekend. Our first story, the big celeb news of the day, I would say, is Megan Fox is pregnant.
Oh, I wouldn't say that's the big celeb news of the day.
What would you say is the big celeb news of the day?
Sexiest man alive.
It's not Sexiest Man Alive. It's the countdown to Sexiest Man Alive.
No, it's Sexiest Man Alive. Did you not see that they announced it?
No.
Do you see who it was?
No, I saw what you saw, but that was, it's a little misleading because I was looking for that when I was picking stories. He's featured in the issue.
Oh, it comes, okay.
Right? Is that confusing or what?
So it is. Okay, so the Sexiest Man Alive comes out in 12 hours. But they released a bunch of their like, lower tiered sexiest podcaster or whatever, sexiest man on late night. And one of the categories, so funny how it got picked up. I thought that the Sexiest Man Alive was announced and that it was Benny Blanco. And I seriously was not sure how I was going. It felt like a trap.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't know how I'm going to recap this on the toast without being rude. Like,
no, I saw that tweet about Benny Blanco being Sexiest Man Alive. So I went to People Magazine to like get the Sexiest Man Alive story. And it wasn't, you have to scroll really far down, which they don't do for SMA. And then it says countdown to SMA.
Yeah.
And so they're revealing some of their sexy men, but he's not the sexiest man alive.
He got like sexiest chef or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because honestly,
so you can breathe a sigh of relief.
I am. I was really worried, like, for myself about, like, how we were going to talk about this on the toast. Like,
no, on the one hand, because you don't want to be, like, rude. On the other hand, like, we worked with People Magazine to do the sexy.
They
like,
gave us that big
so we don't want to, like, poo their decision. But don't worry about any of that because that's not what's happened here.
Oh, my God. I'm actually relieved for myself. Like, I knew I was going to get myself into, like, a big hole.
I think we might still because of how we're reacting to the idea.
I don't think so.
Of how we're reacting to the idea.
I don't think so. Move on. Okay, what was the story?
So he is not the sexiest man alive, but he is a sexy man alive. And if you want to read more about Benny Blanco's sexiness, head to people.com.
Yeah, and the great thing is if you don't want to read about that, you don't have to go.
Stay on shoptoastmerch.com.
Correct.
Our first story, which I do still think is the big celeb news of the day.
Yeah, I guess.
That Megan Fox is pregnant with Machine Gun Kelly's baby, which is big news because they're a big celeb couple. They've been very on and off, and this is very on of them.
Right. I think that, like, this was a big... this is a way a lot of people found out that these two were still together, let alone having a child.
I think people stop keeping tabs on them. They seem like the type that depending on the day they're together or not. They have an unconventional relationship, and this is conventional enough to say they're together right now.
Yeah, and I think like we can really only care about two people who are like so all over the place. Like I feel like I have a very low threshold for like how much I can care, and I think the rest of the world really followed in my footsteps.
Yeah, me as well. But I do care about a milestone in an on and off relationship. This is a very big milestone. She posted a very Meghan MGK style pregnancy announcement.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the whole like blood sisters love sucking each other's blood. Like I'm so over that aesthetic. It's actually disgusting. And so her announcement, like, you know, I don't know what liquid she was doused in.
Me neither. It's like goo.
It's like tar.
It's not blood.
Because it's like, it looks like blood, but it's black.
It's dark green.
Yeah. And so this aesthetic, like, I think at one point in time, like, people were really into the whole, you know, howling at the moon, sucking each other's blood, you know, teeth in each other's necks. It's just really not my vibe.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, call me crazy and traditional. I think a birth announcement should be free of all gory liquids.
But you know what? It was a carousel. On the second slide, it's just a picture of her positive pregnancy test. At the end of the day, she's still just a girl.
Maybe I'm like immature. I've never seen a pregnancy test like that. Like, yes.
What's he gonna say next? Yes.
I didn't know. Yeah. Like, I didn't know they made pregnancy tests like that are so like, yes. I was shocked.
Yeah.
Is that real or was that Photoshop?
It's definitely not Photoshopped. I've never seen that either. I never used
a first response ad.
No, but I've never used a first response, so I didn't know they were like yassifying the pregnancy test.
First response is yassifying the whole journey. I don't know why. I thought it was a meme when I saw it because like the text and I don't know, it was shocking.
That would be a funny meme for someone to be like, to write in there like, baby fox.
Yeah, right. That's what I thought it was. So
it's on the way.
Overall, like a child coming into this earth is so beautiful. In terms of like, you know, the announcement, I have my critiques.
Okay, I think that's fair. This will be her fourth child and his second.
And they're first together.
They're first together, yes.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. So
are they married or just engaged?
Engaged. Or they
I feel
were
like they had like a marriage where like the moon told them they were married.
The moon officiated, yeah.
Not like a courthouse, but the sky.
Agree. No, they didn't get married like in Santa Barbara on the beach.
No, I feel like they literally got married like in the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, with like a blood oath.
Exactly. That they remember they like put the blood in the necklaces and like drank it.
Just
like I can't.
Just
like whatever happened to I do.
I don't know. I don't.
Me neither.
Well, mazel tov to them.
Mazel tov to them.
Our next story is a bit of KeKe Palmer news.
What is Queenie getting into this evening?
Because
actually, I know.
Her memoir is coming out next week, and she did an interview with the LA Times talking about some bits in her memoir relating to Scream Queens, the Ryan Murphy show that she was on. So she shared two anecdotes from the show, talking about how Ryan Murphy allegedly ripped into her while working on Scream Queens, calling her unprofessional. Oh. And then she also shared a interaction that she had with a cast member who she calls Brenda in the book, allegedly making a racist remark to her on set. So first, let's do Ryan Murphy.
Yeah, okay, I didn't even see that part of the story. Like, it so got swallowed up by the other one. I have not heard like a lot about what Ryan Murphy is like on set and like to work with. So it's possible that he's like, you know, like this.
Well, I think mostly because the people who work with him again and again. So if it's not the best experience, like it will jeopardize the next job. And she says that in her book. So basically she was set to have a day off on Scream Queen. So she booked like other stuff for her personal brand, like another thing that she was doing. And then that day came and they actually needed her on set. And she was like, no, I've got to do my thing. I'm a business too. And I was supposed to have this day off. And so then he called that unprofessional of her, and she said maybe that's why I've not worked with him again, but at least like he knows like my business is important to me.
Yeah, I'm sorry, like boundaries are real. Like you can't just like ask me to come into work.
No, and schedules are real. And people have lives and people have other things that they're doing.
no, that's unfortunate. Like, and maybe if she hadn't booked anything, she would have said, okay, like, yeah, I'm around. But no, and that's like to be punished and like not asked, because Ryan really does keep, I just saw he's filming something else with Kim Kardashian. Like, he really keeps people in his orbit. I mean, he's single-handedly keeping, what's her name's career alive?
Sarah Paulson.
Thank you. So there's a couple of people who he clearly loves and works with time after time. And yet KeKe never got another gig with him.
Yeah.
So perhaps that's why.
Perhaps. She also said while starring on the show, she wrote that a white actress whom she keeps anonymous and refers to as Brenda allegedly made a racist remark to her on set. After the actress grew upset over an issue with a colleague, KeKe suggested they calm down and everyone have fun and respect each other. And so the actress then said, KeKe, literally just don't. Who do you think you are? Martin fucking Luther King? KeKe writes, Yikes. It was such a weighted thing that she said, but I didn't allow that weight to be projected on me because I know who I am. I'm no victim. That's not my storyline, sweetie. I don't care what her ass said. If I allow what she said to cripple me, then she would.
Well, of course, the internet like did its thing and was freaking out. I think a lot of people's initial assumption was that it was Lea Michele. She does have this sort of murky past where other castmates of color have been like, yeah, she made me uncomfortable. She made weird comments. Microaggressions is what they had said at the time. And then, you know, the internet did its thing. KeKe Palmer still follows on Instagram pretty much all the main swirlies from that show. Her and Emma Roberts follow each other. Abigail Breslin, Billy Lord, you know, the girlies. And Lea Michele is nowhere to be found in KeKe Palmer's following list. So I don't know if that is like a confirmation, but it definitely is a leading piece of evidence.
It's very leading. It's probably the only piece of evidence we have. So all roads do point to Lea Michele, but yeah, I guess you can't say for certain.
That's a really bad thing to say. Like, yeah. And I feel like sometimes when people talk about like castmate drama they never like say what the person had said, you know? Yeah. They just say like, she acted this sort of way, like using different like adjectives. But to get a quote, that's a really like terrible thing to say. It's if it is Lea Michele, like yikes to the nth degree, because I feel like we're all just sort of like moving past.
So I feel like if it is Lea Michele, like KeKe won't say anything. She'll just let people believe like what is the truth. And if it's not Lea Michele, she might say no, it wasn't Lea, because she wouldn't.
Because it's such a bad thing to put on someone, and if it's not them, like yikes.
Yeah. So I think that's how we could assume moving forward.
I love KeKe Palmer. Like, I ride for her till the day I die. And like, she deserves more work.
Yeah.
And I know she's like booked and busy, but like, I feel like Scream Queens was such a big thing for her. I feel like it really separated her after like being a child star. It was like the first thing she did, at least in my consciousness as like an adult. And Ryan Murphy was wrong for that. Like, he should put her back.
Yeah. But I also feel like now, and I feel like that's probably what she was doing on that day that Ryan wanted her to work. It's like, she's an influencer. She has like so much of her own business things like going on. Yeah, she had her podcast, and so she has that world going on for her.
Yeah, her memoir, like mainstream wise.
Yeah, or in terms of like, you know, traditional acting, but she kind of does it all.
She does. I mean, she hosted SNL. Like, she's really a triple threat.
Yeah, she would be a good award show host too.
Yeah, well, she did, I think, just do something. Also, speaking of SNL, do we have the story about Chloe Fineman?
Yes. Do you want to get into that now?
Yeah, because I actually have a lot of thoughts.
Yeah. So Chloe Fineman took to her social media to post a video story talking about Elon Musk, because I guess he posted something about their most recent episode.
Yeah, he was like criticizing whoever did an impersonation of him. He wasn't happy with it.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. And so she posted a video saying, well, actually, Elon, there's been rumors out there that someone who hosted SNL made some cast member cry. I think you and I were even speculating on who it was.
Yes, there has like long been this like haunted story about the celebrity guest who made one of the SNL stars cry. And we really got no clues. Like, it could have been anyone, and they didn't give us a year. Like, it was really, really vague.
And I think you and I forget who even said just that someone made someone cry. And then we started speculating. I think we probably just assumed it was Kanye.
We did.
Or like a really big actor just like being a divo. But it turns out that it was Elon who made Chloe Fineman cry.
And she's the one telling us that.
She's the one telling the story. So she said, after he talked about their episode. He said, she posted a video saying, I was like, I'm not going to say anything, but I'm like, no, if you're going to go on your platform and be rude, guess what? You made Chloe Fineman, burst into tears because I stayed up all night writing this sketch. She remembered that she was so excited when she learned Elon was guest starring on the show, and remembered going up to him at one point to see if he had any questions before the live broadcast. So she stayed up all night writing the sketch. She presented it to him. She said, quote, you stared at me like you were firing me from Tesla and were like, it's not funny. I waited for you to be like, ha, JK, no. Then you started pawing through my script, like flipping each page, being like, I didn't laugh once, not one time. She didn't disclose which sketch it was, which I absolutely do need to know.
Yep.
However, she noted that it did end up making it into the show and that it was fine.
Now, if I'm Chloe Fineman.
And then Elon, by the way, has tweeted, of course. He said, frankly, it was only on the Thursday before the Saturday that any of the sketches generated laughs. I was worried. I was like, damn, my SNL appearance is going to be so fucking unfunny that it will make a crackhead sober. But then it worked out in the end.
Now, I have so many thoughts. Like, if I'm Chloe Fineman, I can understand why she cried, obviously. I'm just a girl. I probably would have cried too. However, I would not be sharing this story ever. Because she doesn't look like the victim that I think she thought she was going to look like. I think for a lot of us watching that episode of Elon Musk, it was the first time I realized in my life, Elon Musk is like autistic. And I think a common, I don't want to say side effect. What's the word I'm looking for? Character trait of people on the spectrum is this very sort of direct bluntness almost. And when I think Elon looked at the script and said, I didn't find one thing of this funny, was he trying to be a bully? No, I think that's how he talks and how he acts. I think he definitely is Asperger's-y. So I don't think he was coming from a place of being mean. And two, I'm sure that's a common thing that happens, right? You give a celebrity a script and they're like, it's not funny.
No, I imagine that is literally the job. You stay up all night writing
maybe
scripts
other
because you
people
have
deliver it.
5 days to get the work done.
Right.
You give it to someone, and then if they don't like it, they would say, that's not funny.
Maybe other people deliver it in a softer way. But again, he is who he is. And I think that, for me, when I saw him on SNL, I'm like, oh, he's kind of quirky. I don't know what the right word is, and I'm probably being offensive, but I think it's he's definitely on the spectrum socially, right?
No, and he says that in his opening monologue, and then he said, you didn't expect me to be a cool, normal guy.
Yeah, so I don't think this was the slay Chloe Fineman thought it was, because one, it is explicable. He's not just being a dick, he is this way, and two, that's the big thing. You just said it wasn't funny. I thought he would have called you ugly. It's not. It doesn't make him out to be the monster that I think she thought it might.
No, it makes her out to seem like a crybaby, because that's literally the job, is you write these sketches and some of them are going to hit and someone's going to like them. And when it doesn't go your way, that you're crying. I'm surprised that doesn't happen more then.
No, and by the way, I can't even blame her for crying. I think that I worked hard. And she said she was really excited about Elon coming. So this is someone who she obviously thought was cool. Sometimes I feel you probably get used to some of the people who come by, so you're not always intimidated. But Elon was this different level. He's not a celebrity. He's a genius.
Yeah.
So I could see it. I totally would have cried too, by the way. But I wouldn't share the story.
And I wouldn't be proud of it.
No, not proud, but using it as well, I was protecting you, but now I'm going to tell the truth. And it's not this serve. I totally actually understand and respect the crying, and I probably would have cried too, but I wouldn't have shared it to make Elon look bad. If anything, I actually just think it makes her look bad.
I agree, because that's what the job calls for. And the thing is, I could never do that job. I could never write something and then give it to someone
my creative
and
ideas,
have it be judged, because I would cry. So I'm not right for that.
Yeah, 100%. She's so valid in her tears, but the way she then tried to use this story as a weapon, oh, well, you said something mean about our episode. Here's the truth about who made who cry. And it doesn't make Elon look like a dick. I think it pretty much validates what we already knew about him. If anything, I think it just makes her look like a crybaby.
Yeah.
Which and I can't stress enough, I would cry too.
Right, which is amongst one of the reasons why you can't do something
in that job.
Right.
Yeah.
So
it just wasn't. I was sad. I was sad. I'm all right, let's serve it up, slay, ruin him. And it really wasn't that strong of a story.
No, not at all.
It's better kept in the vault.
Yeah, it was more titillating when we didn't know.
It was, because in my imagination, it was so much worse, right?
Right.
Like
she would have been better off being like, actually, Elon was the one who made me cry, and then like not tell us what. And we'd be like,
yes,
bad
yes,
Elon.
yes. She gave us too much detail, because now I'm like, well, you were kind of wrong for that.
No, and also when you take out like the tone that she adds to the thing, she just said, all he said was, that's not funny. When it's like, we're here to make things funny.
It's like a collaborative, creative process.
Does no one in the room ever say that's not funny? Well, that's maybe how their episodes wind up the way they do.
I do want to know what sketch it was so I can properly judge.
Me too, because there were some that were really funny, and then there were some that were less funny. So like, was it one of the funny ones?
I also imagine a big part of SNL is like, once you're a writer and you've been there for a while, you know like how it's going to be off the page. But someone who comes in like just reading it, I doubt even the funniest of sketches read funny. Like, it really, you need to see it. It's a visual thing. So I think a lot of the times, like, people write sketches that they know are great, and then like the celebrity host who's not used to this type of work environment is like, I don't get it, you know? And it's like, you don't, because you don't do this for a living, so why don't you just trust us? Like, it's definitely probably a pattern. I think it happens a lot.
Yeah, but you have to have the thick skin for it.
Yeah, and by the way, like, one thing I do not have is a thick skin. Like,
yeah, like, don't tell me you don't like my idea.
I will cry.
I will cry.
Like 1000%, I'll be in tears.
Okay, are you ready for our next story? What is our fourth story.
I don't think I'm ready. What do you think?
I don't think you're ready for this jelly, turdy.
Is this jelly brought to you by Saks.com, perchance?
Perchance it is.
So this episode of The Toast is brought to you by Saks.com. You probably know Saks.com, the premier digital platform for luxury fashion. And with the holidays right around the corner, Saks.com is making it really easy to find the perfect gifts for even the pickiest of people on our list. And that includes, you know, the swirlies who have everything. That's you. That includes the swirlies who hate everything. That's me. So whether you're shopping for your ultra stylish bestie, Saks.com has you covered with the most versatile collection of fashion, beauty, home decor, and so much more. Let's be real, gift giving is not everyone's love language. It can definitely be daunting and stressful, especially around the holiday season, and especially shopping in person. There's just something about like the in-person experience that when you're shopping for so many people at such a busy time of year can be really hard. And with Saks.com and their holiday gift guide, you'll be able to find the perfect gifts for him, for her, gifts for kids, everything with ease. We all need a little inspiration when it comes to holiday shopping, and Saks.com provides you with just that. Also, Saks.com can help you find your own holiday vibes. You can upgrade your party looks, treat yourself to top designer brands like Alice & Olivia, Frame, Prada, Gucci, and more. After all, holiday shopping is really never complete without spoiling yourself first. If you're looking for gifts that will help you keep up with the holidays, head to Saks.com now for a seamless shopping experience. So whether you're shopping for loved ones or treating yourself to something special, Saks.com will give you endless inspiration that will enhance your holiday season. Get ready to be the best gift giver ever and find gifts guaranteed to bring joy for every hard to shop for person this season at Saks.com. Let's make this holiday season memorable for you and your loved ones. Head over to Saks.com now. That's SAKS.com. Today's episode is also sponsored by BetterHelp. So this month, as we were just saying, is all about, you know, gratitude and being thankful. And along with the person in your life who, you know, you're the most thankful for, another person that you don't thank enough, ourselves, Jackie. How many times do you sit back and say, I'm thankful to me. I got out of bed today. I did that. I accomplished 2 of my dreams in 1 month.
Not enough.
Not enough. It's sometimes hard to remind ourselves that we are trying our best to make sense of everything. And in sometimes this crazy world, that isn't easy. So here's a reminder to send some thanks to the people in your life, including yourself.
Yeah,
If you're thinking of giving therapy a try BetterHelp. It's done entirely online. It's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire. You'll get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Once you do find a therapist that you love and jive with, you can communicate with them in any medium that you're most comfortable with. So some people like to do it over the phone. Some people like to do video chat. You can do text, whatever makes you most comfortable and like will allow you to be the most honest version of yourself. So let the gratitude flow with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/toast today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/toast. I think the holidays are a really like obviously fabulous time, but I think a lot of people really struggle with family stuff. They feel isolated. It can be like kind of a letdown. And having like a good therapist in your corner can really make the whole process a lot easier. So visit BetterHelp.com/toast today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/toast. Today's episode is also brought to you by Rhoback. The best way to describe Rhoback is best fit, best feel. They recently launched a new women's line, and comfortable would be an understatement. If you like being comfortable while still looking cute and presentable while out and about during the day, then Rhoback is for you. Let us tell you about their active dress, which is a new favorite of ours. It's made with their signature GTG technology, which allows you to keep your dress on when you're on the go and when you've got to go. The fabric is lightweight, it's breathable, really comfortable, cute and functional at the same time. So when it comes to like workout wear, athleisure, I really, really like Roback. And if you're really particular about what you wear and like you have a high bar of like material, then I think you'll really like Roback. Their new Sunrise Active Shorts and their Hit Tech Tank are perfect for hot summer workouts. Both items are sweat wicking. They're made with fabric that allows you to move freely. And also don't sleep on their sweats. Like their joggers, I think we're always talking about like their crew necks and their jogger sets. They're fabulous, but they're really great, the men's ones. I think that it's hard for men to like find comfy clothes that don't look like slobbish. Yeah. And so if you're like your man, like when you're traveling for the holidays, you just want him to like look presentable while not sacrificing, of course, his comfort. Highly recommend the Roback men's. I think a lot of people sleep on the men's stuff. The women's stuff is great too, but for the man in your life, it's also a great gift for like a dad, an uncle, a husband, things of that nature. If you haven't already, it's time to try out Roback. Use our code TOAST at roback.com for a generous 20% off your first order through the end of this week. That's spelled RHOBACK.com, and that's 20% off hoodies, joggers, crews, and more with our code TOAST. So stay comfortable with Roback.
Thank you, Turdback.
You're welcome, Turdback.
Our next story, Timothee Chalamet is sitting down to talk about his method acting for his new Bob Dylan biopic.
It's like a surefire way to get me to dislike you, like telling me about your method acting. Like,
well,
Kim, there's people that are dying.
I think you might like what he's saying because he's talking about why he didn't take the Austin Butler approach. And he's
like, remember when Daniel Day-Lewis like didn't leave that log cabin when he was pretending to be Abraham Lincoln? Like, just really unnecessary stuff, like for real.
But you'll be glad to know that he didn't do that shit because here's why. So he did Apple Music Zane Lowe interview, and here are some pull quotes. So he talks about how he considered doing the method acting. He watched Natalie Portman and Jackie and how she does a sequence that is step for step exactly what Jackie did. That was sort of her aspiration at first, his layman's aspiration going into Bob. But then he realized, and he saw all this stuff that he saw his good friend Austin Butler crush it with Elvis, but he realized I got to do none of this because it's not my style, and more importantly, it wasn't Bob Dylan's style either. He said Bob did not have a vocal coach. He had 2 bottles of red wine and 4 packs of cigarettes. There's no way to impersonate that. So he
It's giving lazy. Like, okay, that might have been how Bob Dylan did it, but like you're not Bob Dylan. You have to pretend to be Bob Dylan, and that requires like, you know, practice and rehearsing. It's giving lazy. Like, no, and I get it too. Like if I was playing someone who was like a little woo woo, I would be like, yeah, they didn't prepare either, so I'm not going to. Like, but you are not that person. You're Timothee Chalamet.
I feel like he didn't do it because of Kylie, because Kylie doesn't want to be with Bob Dylan. And if he was walking around being like Bob Dylan all day, every day, she'd say, go home, Bob.
Did you ever watch the TV show The Other Two before it got canceled?
I watched a bit of it, yeah.
Okay, so like later on, you probably didn't see, the brother starts dating this like really handsome guy, and he's like kind of like a famous gay actor, and he's known for like doing methods. So at the time, he's playing like a Hallmark star who's like gone home for the holidays, and he doesn't stop. And I think he's also like a virgin too, so like they never have sex. And the character's just waiting for him to wrap this movie so they can like be normal again. The second he wraps the movie, he books another role and becomes like this lumberjack or whatever.
And he's like sleeping in a tent in Central Park.
Yeah. It's so funny, and it's such a funny concept. And by the way, I don't know how people who are method actors are in relationships, because they're miserable people.
It's absurd. It's not until he stopped being Elvis that he dated Kaya Gerber, Austin Butler.
It's absurd. Yeah, exactly.
So I think it was, one, because he just wanted to give it the old Bob, but 2, like Kylie would not have stood for it.
1000%. And if you require method acting, like I don't think you're a very good actor, because the whole point is like you're acting to like not be yourself for a little while, but then you go back to being yourself. So if you have to like have a lobotomy, like you're just not good at your job.
It's absurd, and I think it shines another light on actors.
On the delusion and like the true like deranged nature that is required to be a successful actor.
Yeah.
Like you're telling me you're forgetting your kids? You're
telling me you're at the grocery store thinking you're Elvis Presley?
You're telling me you're like driving a Tesla, but you're Abraham Lincoln? Like, please, it's absurd. It's literally absurd.
Open the asylums.
Open the asylums. Like that, we let that Daniel Day-Lewis thing go. And I'm citing him because I think it's one of the most famous examples. And I saw the movie and I actually fell asleep in the theater.
I fell asleep too, but I was so hungover. That was like one of my worst
I wasn't. I was
hangovers.
just so bored. Like, It was bad. And I'm citing him because it's, I think, one of the most well-known examples, and it's just absurd.
I actually think I would like that movie now.
And I think he had like a family at the time, like a wife and kids. Like, you're telling me daddy can't come to my soccer game because he's Abraham Lincoln? Like, it's just, it's beyond deluded.
Yeah.
And I won't stand for it. Like, if you can't act that good without this insane method, like, you're not a good actor.
It's so true.
Yeah, like, you're telling me you have to have a full, like, brain transplant just to do your job?
It's so true.
You were never good at your job in the first place.
But I do think Timothee Chalamet is a good actor. Now, I've really never seen him in anything, but just like going based on vibes, I feel like
look up,
he
like,
has
famous
what it
method
takes.
acting.
Did you see that video of Timothee Chalamet in his like school talent show or something, like rapping and jumping around?
Yeah, it's like a Lil Timmy. It's like a classic viral video. Like, I think when he first got famous, it really went viral.
And to be honest, that's a talented person, right?
Yes.
It's like you in 13, like I see that and I see a star. No, I'm not even lying. Like I see a star. I see star power on that stage. Like Timothee Chalamet has star power.
Okay, here are famous
Method actors.
And the first one that came up was Daniel Day-Lewis. I just want to say. So I wasn't like clowning on him.
He's the baddest to ever do it.
Al Pacino. He's notoriously known to immerse himself in roles, specifically Scent of a Woman, where he played a blind man. Now, I feel like that's actually an affront to the blind community to like fake being blind for a movie. Like, they can't fake see.
Yeah.
Of course, Jeremy Strong from
oh God.
Yeah, what's his name?
Succession.
Succession, the older brother, Kendall. He opened up in a profile for The New Yorker about his immersive acting approach through the many roles he's taken on, although he doesn't consider himself to be a method actor.
To me, that one's like really pathetic.
I agree. Jared Leto as well.
Oh, that's a classic one.
Yeah, in the Suicide Squad, he...
I also think it's so much worse to do it for a TV show because like you're constantly filming. Like, where's your life? For a movie, it's like what, 3-4 months. Like we're going hard.
By the way, I don't know anyone that does it for a TV show.
Jeremy Strong, Succession.
No, but it didn't say that he did it for Succession. He did it for the trial of the Chicago 7. Armageddon Time, and The Judge.
Okay, because I was going to say he's been in other stuff.
That's crazy. Robert De Niro, when he was in his famous role of Taxi Driver, he reportedly worked for hours as a cab driver to study their behavior.
That's different.
That to me,
that's studying.
Agreed. That's not method acting. Did he park the cab outside his house? No, like he returned the cab.
Yeah.
Christian Bale for The Fighter and American Hustle and Batman.
Okay,
but this article in the Hollywood Reporter is misleading. It's not method acting. They're just saying he lost 70 pounds. Like, that's not the same.
That's not the same.
People aren't understanding what I'm looking for.
People don't understand us, and that's a critical problem.
It's a cornerstone issue.
You know, Brianna Chicken Fry was doing a video. She shot something just explaining like a couple things this weekend, and she like used the phrase, she said there are people out there who are committed to misunderstanding her, and I feel
Poignant.
The Hollywood Reporter is committed to misunderstanding what we asked for.
I do feel as though the Hollywood Reporter is constantly undermining us.
And that was kind of like a separate, that phrase really stuck with me.
It's a good quote. It's a very good quote.
There will be people out there who are committed to misunderstanding you.
Yeah, she was talking about it in reference to the fact like she's opening up about this, abusive relationship she's been in, and the comments she had made about the Menendez brothers are now being used against her. Because like if she was in an abusive relationship, how can she not understand the Menendez brothers? Meanwhile, the two situations could be more fucking different.
Yeah. No, those are people who are committed to misunderstanding her.
And it's like, also just let it go. How about that? Like, she had an opinion that you didn't agree with. And I think she has since backtracked on it. She said she doesn't really agree with that anymore. But like, still, even if she did, there are a lot of people who thought the Menendez brothers deserve to go to prison. Like, a jury of their peers put them in prison. Like, it's absurd. But we're taking all of our anger about the Menendez brothers out on Brianna Chicken Fry.
Yeah.
It's absurd. It's kind of like my word of the day, absurd.
Also,
maybe if everybody stopped acting absurd, I would not need to stop using it.
What's also so crazy is like what the Menendez brothers did. It's like if they just outsourced, they could have ended up like Gypsy Rose, right?
Right. It's actually very similar, the Menendez brothers and Gypsy Rose. Yeah, that's a good comparison.
She outsourced.
Right. She just said, you handle it. I'm out. I'll set this one out.
Yeah.
Let me know where to send the wire.
Are you ready?
Very Jamie Dutton.
Speaking of, perfect segue for our fifth and final story, which is that Yellowstone creator Taylor Sheridan is teaming up with Blake Shelton for a CBS singing competition called The Road.
Oh, I don't need this. I thought what you were going to say is Kevin Costner went on a SiriusXM podcast, and it was like yesterday morning.
Yeah.
Yesterday morning. And he said he had no idea what the fate of his character was going to be. And he found out, on Sunday night when his friends were texting him that basically his character, spoiler alert, died.
Of course he did.
Why is he acting like a victim? Like, you didn't show up for work. What do you want? Updates and a memo?
The thing is, I don't want to dislike Kevin Costner.
Oh, I'm well on my way.
So I'm not like keeping up with him in this stage.
He's making it really easy to dislike
in
him.
this traitorous stage of his career.
He also said there were many times throughout the first 5 seasons, like he didn't plan on doing this show for so long. And he had wanted to leave a couple of times.
Well, then you should have left in a way that allowed the storyline to flourish from your departure.
Without
and any of those times that he was shot, he could have just died.
Oh yeah, there was that time where he
could have
was
been
shot
on his deathbed and said what his final wishes were, and we could have gotten you out of the show in that way.
Yeah.
Not like we all wake up and we have to
wait 2
we know
years.
you're not in the episode, and so it just feels so fake.
Yeah, he was being really condescending on the podcast, acting like he was the wronged party. And I'm sorry, in no version, and I know they say Taylor Sheridan is difficult to work with, whatever. In no version of events, is Kevin Costner not the villain here?
Yeah.
I can never see you as the wronged party. You're not the victim, sorry.
Yeah, so Taylor Sheridan is now teaming up with Blake Shelton on a new singing competition titled The Road. The series will be launched by CBS as part of the network's fall 2025 schedule. The Road will follow a music superstar on a journey to discover the next big artist, with budding singers joining the headliner on tour, performing as opening acts in venues across the U.S. The singers will compete to win over local fan bases in order to secure a spot in the next city and remain on the tour.
Okay, whatever. I feel like Taylor Sheridan is constantly announcing shows that we never hear about, like the Matthew McConaughey one, the 4-6s one. We never got a second season of 1923. Get back to work. Stop making new shows. Just work out. It's giving Game of Thrones.
Yeah, Taylor Sheridan now kind of has a blank check to do whatever shows, however many shows, because of the success of Yellowstone. I also saw the premiere of Yellowstone got 16 million viewers, which is the most it's ever gotten.
Yeah.
So
there's so much hype.
There's so much hype. So many people love the show. So yeah, this man can do whatever he wants. Now, is this what I was looking for from him? No.
Does it sound good? Not really.
But am I going to get in your way? No.
I was actually watching The Voice last night. It's really crazy how unwatchable it is with Michael Bublé at the helm. But there are certain people who but really Snoop Dogg makes it so. And he said something so interesting that I don't know if he's really spoken about this second wave in his career. How he's very homey, right? The whole Martha. So he's kind of family friendly. He did the Olympics, and what he started out at is so different as this. And so there was this, and I spoke about him the last time. This contestant who's a 13-year-old church gospel singer, and he lost his battle and he was being sent home, and Snoop Dogg made a little speech to me. He was like, I just think you're so amazing, and I feel like you're the exact type of young person that our community should be hyping up. And he's like, and I feel like for the first part of my career I was not really contributing. What did he say? He was like, I feel like I was representing the worst parts of our community instead of what you're doing, which is family and faith and positivity and joy. And I feel like he never really has spoken about this transition in his career to doing more cable, family friendly, not boring, but safe.
Yeah. Commercial.
And what the reasoning behind that was. And I feel like that was the first time he ever really gave a little bit of an insight into this shift in his career and why and it was a random throwaway comment on The Voice, but I found it so interesting.
Yeah.
And then somebody saved him. Michael Bublé saved him, so the kid didn't have to go home.
And Snoop Dogg didn't save him because...
I think Snoop was out of saves.
Okay, so are you grateful to the boob for that?
No, of course, because then when Carson Daly was like, why'd you save him? He had to make it about himself. He's like, when I was a kid...
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, they saw something in me. Yeah, and it's we don't care. We literally do not care.
Shut up and sing.
Not even, just shut up.
He has a nice voice.
Michael Bublé?
Yeah. I think that's an objective statement.
I don't know if I agree. I don't know if I agree.
Well, those are the Fast Five stories. You can see why, I was a little skeptical.
Hesitant.
But
I'm not gonna lie, when I was pushing you to get into the stories, I thought Benny Blanco was the sexiest man alive, and I thought it would be a funny convo. Unbeknownst to me, it hasn't even been announced. So.
Right. But the good news is that tomorrow we should have our SMA. It's one of our favorite days of the year.
Shall we put in our final guesses?
Yes, but I need to really think for a second, if that's okay.
Yeah, I'm going to say Glenn Powell.
Oh, okay.
If he would agree to do it. That's the thing. Like,
I think he would, but I don't think he
give the award
is.
to anyone, but they have to agree to sit down for a photo shoot and an interview. And not everyone wants to be like, you know, doing interviews with People magazine.
Yeah. I don't think that, I think that's a great guess. Like, he's my SMA, but who People magazine will do, they like an older gent. I think they have,
do.
I think the people who buy their magazines are skew a little older, so they want to cater to them. Like, maybe, I can't even think. Who was around this year?
That's the thing. You have to think about who's like actively doing press too.
Yeah. Like The Rock?
I'm down.
Has he been it? Because Moana's coming out.
Oh, that's a good call. Or maybe like someone from Wicked.
Yeah, but there's not a lot of like sexiness in Wicked.
Yeah, it's so true. It's like giving theater nerds.
Yeah, let me just look up like of the past SMAs so we can get excited for next year.
You know the past SMAs, like Blake Shelton, George Clooney, they do definitely skew older, and they skew like very mass American, not like Hollywood, like
right. I get the
Broadway folk.
Yeah. I need like a Wikipedia. Historically. I need the history. Okay. Thank you, today.com, for being committed to understanding me. Okay. Dwayne was already.
I mean, you can be multiple times.
Yeah. Okay, so last year was Patrick Dempsey.
Classic.
The year before was Chris Evans. So that actually bodes well for your Glenn Powell.
It does.
The year before, it was Paul Rudd.
Cutie.
The year before was Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he's actually sexy. Sometimes they just like put these old men on. We're like, okay. No, like Michael B. Jordan's like hot.
Sure, Grandma.
Yeah, right. Let's get you back to bed.
2019, John Legend. 2018, Idris Elba.
Hot.
2017, Blake Shelton. 2016, The Rock. I think he's got a chance, The Rock.
Oh, it's been a while. It's been 8 years.
2015, David Beckham. That's a good one.
Hot. H-O-T.
I look forward to seeing.
What they're going to cook up for us.
Yeah.
Well, that's our show, you guys. Thank you so much for listening to the Toast Monday Morning Show. Reminder that tomorrow our fall merch collection drops at shoptoastmerch.com. It's 10 a.m. Eastern time. I would set an alarm, be on the website at 10. Hopefully you'll be able to get what you want. Everything runs really true to size. If you're doing anything oversized, I would recommend sizing up one. For the most part, I did everything fitted, so I'm like a medium. In the t-shirt, I do wish I did a large, but other than that, I'm a medium throughout.
Yeah. In the sets, I took a medium, sweater, t-shirts, medium. Sometimes I go large, but just depends what you're looking for. There's something for everyone.
Thank you so much for listening to the Toast Monday Morning Show, where we deliver the fast 5 stories you need to know every Monday through Friday on YouTube. So if you're watching us on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. We're also available as podcasts and where podcasts can be found. So it's Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Public Radio, iHeart, Castbox, all the places where business and podcasts find us. So tell us a 5-star review about a beautiful, about a stunning, about how wickedly talented we are.
Love ya. Bye.